All right, I'm back. I'm back after my exile from the NBA landscape and following all the Mavericks.
Talk about that intro. I'm back.
Welcome back. The Honorable Isaac, for ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who don't know. The Honorable Isaac is back in. Honorable, how you feel about that trade or that injury, bro? How you feeling? You good?
Let's just start talking.
Let's get after it, bro. What you got for us today? What you got?
Pity, anger, disappointment. That's about it. You guys got anything else about Dallas? Because I really have nothing to say at this point.
I mean,
AD's coming back and they're bitching that he shouldn't be playing. You made the stupid trade for AD. Let him play. That's my 2 cents.
I mean, like I said, like we talked about the last episode or 2 episodes ago, Bobby. I think he should just. It's not worth it to play this year.
Yeah, I agree. It's not worth it. I think with the way the Mavs are playing, it's just 80 and it's just 80, nobody else. So really, at this point, who are you playing for? Just being honest.
We need an APB out for that medical staff team because gosh darn, injuries left and right. Might as well trip over a step and break a shin and end your season.
It's been an unfortunate season. It's an unfortunate season for the Mavericks.
And gentlemen, did we also forget Mr. Quentin Grimes is all of a sudden balling out in Philly, bro? Oh my God, that insult to injury. We talking 40-point games with Philly, bro. And for Caleb Martin, this dude didn't even play that much. Okay, I'm done. That's all I had to say.
Yeah, that Mavericks team is
That's all I had to say.
It's just a season to forget. You know, wipe the slate clean, start off next season.
All right. Anyways, how are you guys doing? Enough about the Mavericks. I'm done with it.
I mean, other than that, bro, we've been good. You know, it's been an interesting last few weeks, especially with the injuries that have been going on. You know what I mean? You know, with the impact of Braun and stuff like that getting hurt from the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm good here. You know, just been watching the Lakers. They've hit a 4-game skid after LeBron pulled his groin against the Celtics. You know, they got a couple.
But then you guys won 3, and then you guys got blown out by Chicago.
Yeah. They had a couple. Lakers had some lapses on defense last night, and they ended up getting routed by the Chicago Bulls.
Some
lapses.
Damn near. Josh Giddey almost got a quadruple double.
Were you watching the game with my glasses on? Everything was blurry or what?
No, I was watching the game. They just got lit up. That's it. They just got
Kobe fucking White.
He's underappreciated.
Dude, he's turned to one of my favorite players, man.
But how the hell we let Josh Giddey almost get a damn near quadruple double? 17, 12, 10, and almost 8 steals per game. And 8 steals. How the hell does that happen?
P. Giddey out here balling, bro.
P. Giddey.
Hey, we'll see them this Thursday in Chicago, so it's all good.
Hey, imagine they lose that game, bro. That's not going to look good, bro. That's not going to look good.
Well, they lost to the Bucks, and that's because half the roster was out.
But that I get. But you were fully healthy, so you have no excuse.
Fully healthy with players coming off of rust.
You guys have dropped to the 4th seed.
Yeah, and then our first round matchup would be the Grizzlies, which I'm fine with.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll take the I'll take the Grizzlies. I'll take the Grizzlies in the first round.
That'd be interesting. If the Thunder ended the season today, they'd face the Timberwolves.
That 7-8 spot right here. The 7-8 spot is Clippers Wolves. Who you taking, Isaac? Clippers Wolves. Who are you taking? That's the 7th spot. 7-8 spot. Who you taking?
Oh shit.
Go ahead, Isaac.
I'm gonna go with the Wolves.
Okay,
Wolves at 7.
Wolves. Who's gonna go with the Wolves?
Got Ant-Man, and then 8th. Yeah, I'm gonna say the Clippers.
That's fair. Okay, I like that.
I'm going the Wolves as the 8th seed, and I'm going with Clippers number 7. I think the Clippers. You know, I think they're starting to put together this year. James Harden out here balling out. Look, gentlemen, I'm gonna say it like this: if Minnesota plays the Thunder in the first round, that is going to be a hell of a series. I would really say that series is going to 7 games.
I'm gonna take between the 7th Clippers and 8th Wolves. I'm gonna take the Clippers taking the 7th spot, and then I'm gonna take the Wolves taking the 8th spot.
That's what I said.
And so that 4-5 matchup would play the winner of the 2-7, I believe, right? 2-7.
Yeah,
2-7, 1-8.
So the 2-7 matchup would be
Rockets and the Clippers. Oh, I got the Clippers.
I got the Clippers. So a Lakers and Clippers.
Wait, you guys got the Clippers?
Yeah.
You don't tell me the Rockets.
I mean, I trust in Ime. I trust. I mean,
Okay,
look,
but tell me a consistent 20-point scorer on that team. On
Van
that
Vliet.
Oh my god.
Van Vliet.
There's two people on the Clippers that I trust
Şengün.
more. Şengün, Zubac will destroy him.
yeah, Zubac's Zubac's been playing out of his mind.
Who's going to stop Norman Powell? Who's going to stop James Harden? Wait, never mind. I'm taking that back. This is the playoffs.
Yeah,
who's going to stop Kawhi? Who's going to stop? Who's going to stop?
Who's just going to stop Kawhi? That's it.
Norman Powell.
He's solid.
He's solid.
Stays solid. But James Harden,
the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room.
Who knows?
The elephant in the room. But honestly, too, man. Look, like guys, like if we're being honest, like if we take a look, say for example, it's 1-8 with the Wolves and the Thunder. That's all I think going to be dependent on Chet Holmgren's health. Because if he's hurt, the Thunder don't stand a chance.
Well, it's 4-on-5.
real.
Gobert don't know how to score or even dunk or have a post move to save his life.
Yeah, I would take the Wolves. If you ask me, I'd take the
Wolves
Wolves
versus Thunder. You're taking the Wolves.
Yeah, I'd take the Wolves,
I'm
man.
taking the Wolves because
hell yeah.
interesting point. I was reaching this Bleacher Report article, and it did mention the OKC Thunder, one of their big weaknesses, which is 1 second.
Yeah, I am interested. What is their weakness? Huh?
Well, the team that they don't want to play is the
see.
Wolves. The team that they don't
Oh
want to play is
yeah,
the Thunder.
because I know the Thunder.
Can Jalen Williams run the show? Because they struggle when SJ isn't on the floor. Their offensive rating dips to 110.6 with
Wow.
J-Dub.
It literally goes back to like if you just take out Jokic and from the Nuggets. It's like who and you know who's that 2A?
And so yeah, I can see that. But then my question would be on the Wolves side, outside of Anthony Edwards, who are you taking?
Nas Reed.
Outside of Anthony Edwards?
Nas Reed.
I'm not trusting Julius Randle in the playoffs.
No, don't you
Hell no,
dare.
I don't trust
Nas
Julius Randle in the
Reed.
playoffs.
I think Mike Conley is a decent scorer.
I would.
You know who
decent.
needs minutes?
I
Rob
mean,
Dillingham.
Rob Dillingham, yeah, he needs
I don't
minutes.
know,
the
man.
reason why, I'm gonna take OKC in this. OKC beating the T-Wolves in the first round, just because I think the Thunder have more depth than the Wolves do. Just being honest.
I mean, we can agree with that.
No
one's disagreeing with that, but who's really battle tested?
Yeah, no.
I've been saying it.
That's the issue with the Thunder. If they go further in the playoffs, who's battle tested? I still think they might come out the West.
But personally, me guys, like, look, like if we keep it honest in a hypothetical world, say the Thunder, did lose to the Wolves in 1-8, right? Then everything else after becomes really interesting. It's not even like, what was it, 1-8? 1-8 plays 3-6, right?
Right.
Yeah, 1-8 plays 3. Who's 3-6?
Nuggets and Warriors.
I've got Denver. I got Denver, dude.
Denver.
I'm not Denver.
Yeah, I'm taking Denver.
So then we got Denver and Minnesota.
I'm going Denver.
I'm taking Denver.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll take Denver.
And then-
I'll take Denver.
The Lakers obviously beat the Grizzlies. Who would they face after?
Lakers would either play the Clippers or the Rockets. I think the Lakers will beat the Clippers.
But
Yeah.
in a
seven
7-game
game
series,
series.
they could beat both of them.
In a 7-game series, yeah, they'll beat the Clippers.
So it would be the Lakers and the Nuggets in the conference finals.
Hey, history repeats itself. I'm still taking Denver.
And the last time the Lakers played the Nuggets, they beat a Nuggets team without Jamal Murray and Jokic pretty handily,
Yeah,
but
you
they
gotta
let it
do that.
slip in the final seconds.
Yeah, I do that.
But they did have a statement win out there in Denver where they blew out the Nuggets by 20 points. So
I'm taking the Lakers.
This tells me that the Lakers have solved the issue with Nikola Jokic.
Okay. Whoa,
Jokic is
whoa,
Jokic.
hold on.
I've seen.
Not solved. Just slow
Jokic is
down.
Jokic.
You don't solve.
He slowed down.
Okay,
Nikola
that's
Jokic.
better. That's
Okay,
better. But
you don't stop a man like Joker.
You just gotta word it correctly.
The Lakers have found a way to slow down Nikola Jokic, and that's why I think the Denver Nuggets are no longer the Lakers' kryptonite.
That's what you think right now.
And that's why
That's what you say.
I think
That's
so.
what you say.
I think so.
I mean,
Laker fans agree with me.
what are you gonna do when eventually Joker's gonna be open? He's gonna get his points at some point.
He's gonna score. He's gonna get his on a given night.
But you must have forgot Aaron Gordon shooting like what 44-43% from
Jamal
downtown.
Murray, Percy Watson,
Payne Watson.
Payne Watson. Sorry.
It's
Who am I
going.
missing? Oh, Christian Brown.
Bro, yeah. See, I take Denver,
and
I trust Denver. They're battle tested. You tell me I trust Luka in the playoffs? He's a hell of a talented player, but we knew what happened when they played Dallas.
Still took Dallas to the finals.
I'm not questioning it.
You know what?
I'm
You
not
don't need to bring that up, okay? You need to stop bringing that up. Talking about Laker Luka, not Dallas Luka.
Yeah.
Man.
All I'm saying is we have the receipts. We have the receipts, Bobby. Hey, and at the end of the day, you know, Luka does make it to the finals, and he goes out and he's playing Boston again. He doesn't play well against Jaylen Brown. I'm just saying. I want that.
Really quick, since you brought up Boston,
Are we going out east now?
Yeah, we're heading
just
out
really
east.
quick? There was
I'm
another
curious.
thing that was interesting. They pointed out Drew Holiday struggling really to hit his threes.
Huh? What did I say this year? What have I been telling you, Benny, about Drew Holiday?
Bro,
What did I tell you about
did you
Drew
see
Holiday?
this dude right here? He was quick. This dude was quick about
I
it,
know,
bro.
man.
Because I told you the issue with the Celtics, and that's Drew Holiday's injury. Drew Holiday's getting up there in age.
He's not injured.
You never said injuries. You said that they was playing year round.
And he was
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the
he
older
played
side.
year round, and then this is what happened. This is what happens. Okay, Drew Holiday in the playoff. The reason why the Celtics won last year was because of without Drew Holiday and Derek White.
Okay, but we also won without Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, but did you win the chip without those players? That's the thing.
I would agree, but I'm just saying.
And so that's what I'm saying. Go ahead, Isaac. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
I'm just saying,
he's
bro.
shooting a career low. Let's see. He's down to 34%. And you
34.
know Boston has 3-point shooters everywhere. If you sag off Drew Holiday, who's gonna score?
That's what
after
I'm
that?
saying.
That's the thing, man. But it's like you want if you do that in the playoffs.
Calm down.
If
Calm
you
down.
do- if
Don't
you-
jump on it. Calm down.
If you do that in the playoffs,
Let him talk.
if you do that in the playoffs, what's gonna happen is they're still gonna score regardless. Like Drew Holiday is Drew Holiday, he's still gonna score. Like if we look out east, the next question becomes like we talking about New York, Cleveland. You know, look, Jalen Brunson's out.
I know you
He's
didn't
hurt.
say
And the
New
Knicks-
York and Boston in the same sentence.
Hey, look, all I'm saying is was it 2-7 versus who's 4-5 right now?
Pull up the West. Pull up the
Four
East.
is Pacers. 2 is Boston.
So 4-5. Who's 4-5?
Let me see.
Out
The
east.
Pacers and the Bucks. I take the Pacers.
Bring Indiana. We're not worried about Indiana.
The Pistons against the Knicks.
I'll take the Bucks.
I'll take the Pistons against the Knicks.
I'll take the Bucks over the Pacers.
I'll take the Pistons. Yeah,
take the
Ain't
Pistons.
nobody can trust New York at this point, man.
Ooh, you guys would match up against the Hawks? That'd be an interesting matchup. They have had your number this season.
Yeah. The Hawks.
Really?
The Hawks are really tough.
The
Yeah,
Magic and
pain in the
Cavs.
ass.
A rematch from last year.
Yeah, and last time they played, was it last week? Magic went out in Cleveland and whooped their ass.
I think that's a new rivalry. Honestly, that's
Yeah,
a
it
new
is.
rivalry. You see Banchero and Ty Jerome talking shit. That shit was had
clean,
me
yeah.
dead. That shit had me dead. If you ask me, shit, man, if Cleveland don't fuck around, and you know, I doubt that they will, but you know, in the off chance they will, I think Orlando can beat them in a 7. I take them. Going
I
back,
don't think so. They're too injured. They don't have that point guard. Cleveland will destroy
they
them.
don't have a point guard.
They
That's
actually
the
pass
issue
the
with the
ball.
Magic. They don't have They don't have a point guard. Go back to the Drew Holiday point again, Isaac. What point were you trying to make about Drew Holiday?
Usually they have 5 shooters out. If they sag off Drew Holiday, what are they going to do? It's going to clog the paint a little bit.
Yeah, and the Celtics rely on the 3 ball. Live or die by the 3 ball. You know, and like I said, you know, this is going to be interesting. We'll see, though.
Look, I'm not even worried. I know Celtics going back to the finals and we gonna win number 19. I'm not even worried.
How do you feel about the sale of your team? Are you worried, neutral, or excited?
I mean, part of me is a little worried about it, you know, because I wonder how that does affect the you know, the organization going forward. I know because there may be moves that, you know, obviously, you know, not to bring it up, but with the Luka thing, it's the same thing. You know, it's, you know, it's the uncertainty of the future, right? So I'm kind of like a little. I wouldn't say I'm worried. I'm kind of indifferent about it, but part of me is like, I gotta, just stay on the lookout for it. You know what I mean?
By the way, Dallas, Patrick Dumont, and those idiots over there. You want to stop AD from playing? You traded for this man because defense wins championships, Nico. And now you want to hold him out for what? So we can get a better pick? Let him play. We're a joke right now. Any sense of life would be through AD. We don't want to go through the draft. We got Lively last year for a reason, but apparently you guys don't want to keep Luka. So if you want to force AD out, like not to play, you guys are just idiots. Like, there's no hope for that organization at this point.
Honestly, too, like, it's like what we talked about last week, Bobby. It's like, or a couple weeks back, we said the Mavs at this point, it's just better off. Like, it's just a lost season. We've said it's a lost season. There's no point coming back. I mean, I would rather have AD just sit out. Honestly, some Mav fans don't like it, but what are you guys playing for? I mean, shit. If they do come back,
because the furthest you'll get right now, if AD comes back,
it's playing.
They're playing, but they're going to be. If they win, they're going to be a first round exit. Whoever they play, they're a first round exit.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
At this point, if I'm the Mavs, I'm just not playing AD at all. I agree, but yeah, Isaac, go ahead.
I mean, who's under the most pressure in each conference?
Are you talking about teams?
Teams.
I mean, obviously out west, we talking about the Thunder. The Thunder under the most pressure. It's the two top teams that are under the most pressure. They're under the most microscope. They're under this microscope.
I would argue that in the East, it's actually the Bucks facing the most pressure.
Yeah,
interesting. Okay,
yeah, because the Giannis situation.
The Dame situation, it was supposed to work. Hasn't really worked out. They were supposed to complement each other.
Okay.
They were supposed to be pick and roll dynamo.
All right, because me and Bobby already talked about this, Isaac, but we want your opinion, all right? If the Bucks don't win, is Giannis moving?
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone?
I think he's gone.
There's no other way that they can make moves. Giannis would be stuck there in no man's land. It's title or bust, and they're not going to win a title. They're not even as good as the Knicks.
They're really not.
They're not getting past Cleveland. They're not getting past Boston.
They're not getting past New York.
Hell, I wouldn't even take them past Detroit.
Yeah, they really.
I couldn't trust them. They're a little flaky.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, Milwaukee's issue was going big on Damian Lillard. Like, you gave up you gutted your whole depth to get Damian Lillard for this experiment to work out, and look what happened. It did not.
The Milwaukee Bucks remind me of the Phoenix Suns of the West.
It just didn't work out for Milwaukee.
Whoa,
What?
whoa,
Bro, what are you talking about?
Whoa.
Bro, it's true. Isaac, come on now, bro.
All right. Who has a title? Who actually has some damn sense in that organization?
Milwaukee?
The only freaking good decision that Matt Ishbia has had, make freaking dollar hot dogs and snacks over there. Randy people can clean us. Kevin Durant will too. They all can't stay healthy. I have been trying to tell you all this.
The honorable, all rise for the honorable.
Yeah, and I mean, the Bucks to me, this is
unlike
they're under the most pressure.
Unlike
in my opinion,
KD, Giannis doesn't complain. KD's like, I missed the shot.
Giannis is loyal. See,
we're losing.
I can see this about Giannis.
I want to go home. I want to go to another team. Same old story.
I can see this. I can see this about Giannis. Giannis is the type that he just wants to fucking win. He's sick and tired of the bullshit that's been going on out there. Doc Rivers, I'm being honest, Doc Rivers does not fit with Milwaukee.
I don't know why they fired Adrian Griffin.
I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Why did you hire? You had Adrian Griffin, who was literally keeping you guys afloat. You guys were a pretty damn good team with him, and then you blew it up, and you decided to fire him and to hire Doc Rivers. And what happened? You became mediocre.
Like Doc Rivers said, I don't know why you guys hired me. Well, Doc, you probably had something to do with it, bro. You kind of weaseled your way into Milwaukee.
And that's the thing. And, so I wouldn't be surprised if Giannis requests a trade this summer if Milwaukee's a first-round exit or a second-round exit. Doesn't matter. I think Giannis is requesting...
not getting past the first round.
Giannis is going to be requesting a trade this summer. I think it's going to happen.
Giannis to Golden State. Can we start the train?
Ooh.
Giannis to Golden State. He could bring his ass out west.
Sign and trade for Jonathan Kuminga.
That's possible.
Hey, those are plausibly bold, man. Or Giannis goes to Miami. Nah, he ain't win nothing in Miami.
Oh, no, Miami's on a losing streak, man.
I think the most plausible team would be the Golden State Warriors. Man, imagine Giannis, Steph, and Jimmy Butler on the same team.
I think we're forgetting someone here who could possibly trade
deep.
for him. Two other teams. That's Houston and OKC. We always say OKC is missing one recipe. Imagine Giannis with those young players. I mean, you probably have to give up
Jalen Williams
or Chet Holmgren.
J-Dub, yeah.
But Shea and Giannis and Holmgren, deadly.
That's a lethal. Yep. Length on
Isaiah
length
Joe,
on length on length.
Isaiah Joe, J-Dub to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
But J-Dub's not
picks.
Yeah. J-Dub is not a number one option. I'm sorry, he's not a number one or a number two option. He's just a good, solid player. I think he's super talented.
Didn't you say he was going to have an all-star jump in the beginning of the season? Did you not?
I believe I said that.
Yeah, you said
like,
it.
oh, J-Dub's going to take over. They're going to win the title.
I said what I said, man.
Okay,
I said what I said.
So I thought.
But
along with the Phoenix Suns, which I was right about. Try to warn you guys. Both of you.
And we've been warning you about the Mavericks, but that's neither here nor there.
Came out of left field, all right. The Phoenix Suns were destined to implode.
Bro, but before that whole thing went down, we warned you. And we said, like, they're frauds. We warned you, Isaac. We warned you. But you ain't listened. All right, so the Honorable Isaac. What you got in store for us?
What you got next, Isaac?
I don't know. Do we have anything else to talk about? I feel like I'm done.
Got any more of those burning questions on BR that caught your eye?
Yeah, I want to add one. Who the hell is running the Dallas Mavericks organization, and were they on something because they all need to be drug tested?
Damn, that's pretty bold. What was I going to say? Who's your guys' I guess my question for you guys would be surprise team who
Detroit.
I didn't finish the question, but okay, Detroit out east.
Go ahead, Benny.
But surprising team that could make the conference finals, but they probably won't.
Detroit.
I
could see it.
Detroit out. I'm gonna go with.
Lakers.
No, I'm gonna go with.
Obvious.
I'm gonna swing for the fences right here. I'm gonna say Indiana.
Wow, you really swung for the he swung for the fences. All right. So you're saying so they're going to be Boston in a 7 game? That's what you basically said.
They might. They might.
Don't start.
With what defense?
Don't start.
Hey, you said who do you think is going to make it out?
I agree.
And I said the Pacers.
I'm just saying.
Let me ask you, Benny, between the Indiana and Detroit, who would you be more fearful of?
Detroit?
Thank you.
I'm just saying, like, I get what I asked the question. I'm just saying, it's like, don't be coming up with those dumbass answers of like.
I'm not coming. It's not a dumbass answer. I think
it's dumb.
The Pacers might make it.
You might as well wear a blonde wig right now.
Pacers might make it.
Pacers in the 7 game against the Celtics. Isaac, that's pretty fucking. I'm speechless.
Go ahead, Benny.
Okay. Out east, I'm going with the New York Knicks. I would go with the New York Knicks. I can actually see them. I mean, yeah, we give them a lot of slander. Do I see them actually doing it? No. But I do see them going to the finals, conference finals.
Call me when Thibs isn't running them into the grounds. Even Mikal Bridges is complaining about minutes. Call me when he actually lets them rest.
Yup.
Bro, I'm just saying, look, like, I think...
I'm just saying, like, if 3 of us were playing 48 minutes for freaking 4 months straight, do you think we would make it to a championship game?
Nah, we'd probably have, like, bone-on-bone knees.
Exactly.
You know, we'd be calling Kaiser Permanente for help. You know what I mean? Blue Cross Blue Shield. You know, we'd be hitting them up for the insurance premiums and all that shit. Get that fucking gold plan. Shit, free parking up front to the ER. Free ER parking, dude. That's literally what's happening with the fucking Knicks, bro. That's how Jalen Brunson. That's how Jalen Brunson fucking. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be laughing. But it's what happened. It's unfortunate. Look at what happened to Jalen Brunson.
They're horrible. You are terrible. You are absolutely terrible going that far.
I'm just saying, bro. Get those sliding doors open for us, bro. Shit. We played under Tom Thibodeau. God damn, bro. Woo! Get that hospital door open for us, bro. Hey, Doc, yo. Hey, you know, we were playing under Tom Thibodeau 48 minutes, 82 games, bro. Yeah, man. I don't know how your knees surviving that shit, bro. My knees be screaming at me by the time this shit's over, bro. My knees will be screaming. Man, I don't know. My hips will be probably... Bro, I have hips of a 60-year-old, bro. I probably hips like Charles Barkley by then, bro. Damn, man. I'm just saying. You play under Tom Thibodeau, bro, get your health insurance ready, bro. That's why you better have health insurance. Damn that. I'm just saying, bro. But to answer the question... That's the question.
We didn't have to go that extreme, but we get your point.
But to answer your question, I see the New York Knicks doing it. I see the New York Knicks
doing it.
Well, what about out west? Out west?
Surprising team to make it to the conference
Houston
finals.
Rockets.
Absolutely not.
I'll take the Warriors.
I'll take the Wolves.
Yeah, the Wolves.
The Warriors. Yeah.
I've told you so many times. I trust the Warriors, man. I think, you know, with the addition of Jimmy Butler, it's looking solid. I said it. The Bucks are fucking... Not the Bucks. The Heat. Wait, we talking about the Heat?
Talk about the Wolves.
We talking about the Warriors. We talking about the Warriors. Wait,
you said because I was thinking you're like I'm thinking about the Jimmy Butler trade.
Oh
so
man,
I thought
I must be
Heat.
crazy, man. Damn, Tom Thibodeau fucked me up.
Yeah, Tom Thibodeau got you running those plays.
Yeah, he got me running those plays, bro. Shit, man. Dude, I feel bad for Michael Bridges. He gonna ruin his perfect game streak. I wouldn't be surprised if it fucking happened, bro. I'm fucked up, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. I'm fucked up, bro. I'm fucked up. Sorry, Udo. But anyway,
anything else?
Yeah, the Warriors. I can see the Warriors. I told you about the Warriors doing it. I think they could. You know, Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy's different. I will say so. The Warriors, it's a good choice. But yeah, that's all I got for you guys for this episode. How you guys feel?
You got any other burning questions, Isaac?
What the hell is the health insurance policy for the New York Knicks? That's my question.
Kaiser
That's
Gold.
about it.
They had a high deductible, bro.
They got a gold. They got the gold.
Hey, bro, they got gold placard for you, bro. When you go to the
Nah, it's orange. It's orange and blue, and you get the park at the handicap.
New York, baby, New York. Well,
New York, wheel up, not stand up, wheel up.
Yeah, we love New York. We love, baby.
We love New York.
We love New York, baby. Shit, man. Everybody gonna be hurt. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's just atrocious out there. I don't want Michael Bridges to ruin the streak, though. He's out here. He's Iron Man, man. But the way Tibbs is playing him, he's gonna beat his ass into the ground. And you know, it's all gonna be depend on Jalen Brunson's health too in New York.
Everything runs around Jalen Brunson. I don't trust Cat in the playoffs. Do you trust Cat?
No, but I mean, he's your second
Cat.
option.
I don't trust Cat in the playoffs.
Might as well trust Cliff Paul over Karl Anthony Towns.
Literally. Cliff Paul. That's fucking crazy. Jake from State Farm, where you at, bro? Oh, that's who I'm gonna call when I'm hurt. I'm gonna call Jake from State Farm. I'm calling Jake from State Farm, bro. I'm
a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Shit, man. Anyway, bro, I'm done, bro. I said what I said.
State Farm's here to help.
All right, and with that, good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Good